Okay, watch this interview because you're going to remember what's really important in life. This one woman is wonderful. Actually, she was in the military like for 10 years, Afghanistan, and came back. She probably suffering from PTSD and things like that. But you get back to Iowa, you know, after fighting in the wars like this, and sees that there's 26,000 people right in her county where she lives that are what they call food insecure. They don't have enough food. Man, she's out there in Afghanistan fighting, you know, for justice and liberty all around the world, and our own neighbors don't have enough food. Wow, that brings you back to reality, you know. And that's why she, or you watch her talk, and you see how she has found so much purpose in her life, you know. And that's what I see. I mean, you live in our society here and everything's capitalism. And capitalism is basically being selfish. How much more money can I make than anybody else? How much, how can my car is bigger than your car. My house is bigger than, you know, and that's really almost the objective of capitalism. Now it's good because it makes us competitive and we get better stuff and everything. But it's bad too because, again, there's a lot more to life than just that, isn't there? And that's why as a young person yet, she realizes that, and the part of your life that really can grow. I mean, it seems like we're basic human instincts is, you know, what's going on inside of our life, not what's on outside of our life. Most of us, you know, rule our lives by what's outside instead of finding what's inside and solving that problem and working for some higher good. You know, if you're working for just a selfish reasons to have a bigger pile of money, a bigger house, a bigger car, I mean, that's all selfish stuff, you know, and that gets old, or actually, you know, they change. I mean, it's insatiable. It's like ice cream, you know, you can never have enough. And it's not satisfying. But if you have something that's bigger than you to work for in life, man, that gives you the energy every day, because now you have something bigger than you to work at. Now, even though you succeed or don't succeed, this is important to do. I mean, look at the heroes we worship and the people who sacrifice their own lives and everything to help a greater community. That's why we're here, is to be part of something bigger than us. And capitalism seems to take away some of that from us because we want to know how much we get for ourselves instead of, you know, how do we grow or be important to other people or in the community or whatever. And that's why she started a fundraising campaign, you know, to really also save this food insecurity. Why the heck are we, you know, people in Iowa, you know, the breadbasket of the world, right? Grow all our corn and wheat and all that kind of stuff, and they're going starving, you know, because they don't have food for the local people. We make these, you know, big farms that, you know, make corn oil to run cars or whatever instead of feeding people. So she's taking extra land that is not being used to feed local people. So we don't have to drive in corn from California to Iowa, and when we're going to short of water, man, in this world, it's going to be tougher. So we really have to learn how to make this stuff local. Why don't we grow locally instead of wasting all this gas? I mean, you listen to her, how like 1 can of corn, you know, creates, you know, like 150 calories or something like that, but costs 1,000 calories to get it here. Now that's crazy, isn't it? So if you just grew it in the backyard or somewhere locally or whatever, man, you don't waste all that energy and whatever. And that's the way it looks like we're going to have to be going soon so we can all have enough to eat, right? If 26,000 people just in one county are hurting for food, wow, what's that going to be like in a few more years? That's why she sees this as something bigger than her to worry about, and gives her strength and everything and a purpose in life. That's why we fear death, because we think our life isn't important, right? But if it's important, then that becomes a little easier. So watch this. Well, Sonia Kendrick and FeedIowaFirst.com. Now, why the hell isn't everybody throwing money at you, right? You're trying to save the world. You got 26,000 people, you say, in your community that are what's the term? I mean, they're hungry as hell, but what's the official term for the... Food insecure. Yeah, it's fucking hungry, man. You know, I mean, it's so stupid in our country that we actually have that many people in one community that are struggling in life just because of food. Can't we be a better country than this? Oh my God, we go all the way across the world. Like you were in Afghanistan, you were in the military 10 years, fighting wars and everything, and now you come home and God, you feed 26,000 people in your neighborhood don't have enough food. Oh man, and your heart is just hurting, so you start this nonprofit to change that. Right? Ah, good for you. I mean, there's just nothing more important in the world for you to do than this. Fighting in Afghanistan, that was the country think that's important, but boy, if you have 26,000 neighbors that aren't eating.
The heartland of America.
Yeah, in the heartland, you're in Iowa, right? That's right there. Wow. Well, if I don't lighten up, I'm going to cry soon. So and I want people to know how important this is. So to help you, what you need now, you're trying to get a brake job on your truck, right? So you're crowdfunding, just so this is where you're actually farming. You're showing people how to farm locally and get this fresh produce, so you can get it to the hungry people. So they're not eating canned junk from somewhere. They're getting fresh stuff that's healthy and make them grow better and learn better and contribute better and love harder and everything. Man, you should be getting a Nobel Peace Prize or something soon.
I don't know.
So what got you into this, Sonia? Why?
Well, you said I was a veteran, and I came home, and I had a hard time reintegrating. But I went back to school and I became an agronomist, which is an
Wow.
agricultural scientist, and my master's is in sustainable food systems. So what I learned was not only do we have in Iowa almost 400,000 people that go to bed hungry, but we're all going to be hungry if we don't change.
Wow. I mean, you were saying, I mean, it's fantastic things. Like a can of corn is 120 calories, and we burn up 1,000 calories in fossil fuels to get that can of corn to somebody, right?
Yeah, we have energy inefficiency in our food system of an exponential amount.
Yeah.
It has to change. Just like recycling, everybody embraces recycling. We're going to have to embrace eating locally and eating the least energetically as possible.
So, I mean, is it because the existing system? I mean, we have the truckers union, we have everybody making money, the corn canners association, and all these. When you can go in the backyard and plant corn, you got all you want forever, huh?
Well, we have some of the best land in the world, and we shouldn't be importing over 90% of our food.
So, I mean, the country imports 90% of the food.
In the state of
Oh,
Iowa.
Iowa. So you, I mean, right, you're the breadbasket of the country, and you're importing 90% of your food. Is that because you're making petrol out of corn in there? What?
Yeah, it's because we don't have a diversified farming system. We specifically grow corn and soybeans, and we do chickens and turkeys and hogs, a lot of hogs.
Well, it's a boy. You got a big job. You're going to train everybody to be a local farmer instead of raising what wheatgrass or whatever it is to have gas for our cars. Huh?
That's right. Well, I believe what Gandhi said, that we can be the change by being the change.
Yeah.
Be the change that you want to see in the world. So maybe I can't change all of Iowa, but I can do something in my community.
Yeah. Well,
That's all
that's it. I mean, and it's a real serious problem right now. I mean, if you have 26,000 people in your neighborhood that aren't getting enough food, and you need help getting a brake job on this truck so you get the food to them, and this is a volunteer effort for you and your nonprofit and everything. So it's not, you're not in this business to be the food queen of America or something.
Most people are not even in my own community aware of the problems that are going on in their
Yeah.
own community, because they travel in a very small circle, and they don't see the need. And the reality is if they don't wake up to the need and they don't try to change the system, that they're going to be the ones that are in need.
Yeah.
And we need to do that
Right.
together. But we can't get them to pay attention how we need to change our system. But I can slightly get their attention in regards to hunger.
Yeah. Well, that's it. We start one thing first. Okay, let's feed the people really hungry because they're not going to be happy doing anything. And I mean, if I was unhappy, man, I'd screw up the system. You're not going to let me play. I'm going to screw it up for the rest of you.
I believe food security is national security,
Yeah.
and that our democratic right to rule ourselves starts with our ability to feed ourselves.
Right. No, I believe, and that's what you're doing there, and you need help. I mean, what for $30 they could help you do this, and actually you could write off a tax deduction because you're a nonprofit, right? So anything, and you have an Indiegogo campaign, and to get there, it's Feed Iowa First. Now that's Feed FEED then 1ST.com. For us that flunked English, I like spelling everything to make sure people get it. And you're an Indiegogo, and you got about 2 weeks left. We get this up, and people know. But even after that, I'm sure you accept contributions after that, anytime if it's after, or just any way to help you guys. I mean, what could be more important, than doing this kind of work and helping others and that's why I really think that the biggest joy in life is giving, and you've helped us identify people who really need help so the rest of us could give and have that joyfulness of being able to give, and it takes very little to give, and you get so much out of it, and it's so selfish. That's what I think. Giving is so selfish. I'm just a selfish bastard. I want to give. Well, you're a delight, Sonia. Don't stop. Don't change. And you have two lovely daughters I met before we did the interview, and they look terrific. You're going to grow some more people like you. So you are a farmer right in your own home. And that's feediowafirst.com. Take care, Sonia.
Thank you.